Deep down, we all are fucking kids. Now that line does not mean that we all are fucking kids. That means just that we are all are deep down kids in our hearts. Okay, and the Donald Trump thumbnail does not refer to anything other than he himself being no. No, okay, he is not a kid in his heart. He is a total bitter adult, alright? We could figure that out at least. So what's the difference? How are we kids in our hearts and some of us has turned to adults who are not kids in their hearts? What's such a difference, mate? All right, so the difference basically is that the people who still have that feeling of aliveness inside of them, they're still kids at heart. And the people who have turned bitter because of society, they are now, well, adults at the heart, I guess. Even though if I turn into an adult, I've promised myself that I'm never going to let the inner kid inside of me die, actually. And I'm still going to wear diapers and shit, even when I'm like 27. Okay, that's supposed to be a joke, I guess, but yeah. But what I mean to say here is simple. You see, we as kids are like happy and shit. You have seen it. Puff Diddy in his childhood, happy and shit. Okay, just kidding. Okay, I'm really sorry for that one. That wasn't good. But yeah, we have seen it all. As a normal kid, as we define it, he's happy. He's playing. He does not have a girlfriend. He's still happy. He's playing. He does not masturbate. He's still happy. If he masturbates, he's still happy because he is in the present moment. That is what matters, right? So the one trait of a kid that you could see that they don't overthink shit. Okay, if they want to say hi, they're going to say hi. Okay, and I get it. I get it. If you are going to go to your crush and say hi without actually peeing your pants up, that's not real, right? That's just fictional shit right there. So yeah, I get you, and it's all right. It's totally natural to feel the anxiety sometimes, but you could actually fucking overcome it, and you should, because it does not really matter. It's natural to feel that, and it's totally okay if you do feel that. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm not saying anything about it. But what I am saying is that if you think about it, from a zoomed out perspective, that all Earth really is, from a zoomed out perspective to the universe, is just a shit stain in the underwear, which is solar system. But that shit stain is blue somehow, so I don't really know. Yeah, that's pretty much Earth, right? It's just a small little blue ball floating around in the space, empty black space. And the thing about this, the point of saying this is that it does not matter if you fumble a 10 by 10 baddie, if you fumble your autistic gym trainer, it does not freaking matter, right? What it does not matter. You have to like eventually move on with it, because it's really not much big of a deal if you really think about it. You have just got one life and you just gotta live it, kind of like that. And you can obviously live it just like kind of like that, if you are like in the present and shit. And the thing about that is that all these traits could be found in kids, okay? So if you like kids, oh sorry, I mean if you are like kids, that's a really good thing to it. Many people say, oh hey, grow up, grow up. You are going to find many videos like top 10 Sigma things to do to turn into a man, and what you think you could sleep 4 hours a day? David Goggins used to sleep 2 hours a day. What are you doing? What are you doing? Is this how you think you are going to become a man to your family? Like, chill out, dude. If you're sleeping 2 hours a day, probably you aren't reaching to no social event to actually get there and meet your son's mom or something, or to even start a family in the first place. Like, you gotta max out your social skill too as well. It's not just the grind season. But my point is that those videos are bullshit. And my point is that you should actually go ahead and do sometimes what you want, like you did as you were a kid. By what you want, I don't mean that you rob a bank or some shit. No, not that. What I do mean is what you actually want from the core self, what your kid self wanted, from the love of it. Okay, not from the fear of it. There's a difference between these two. Wanting something out of fear is basically, getting onto the power shit, like, oh, comparison shit. Oh, I want this. I want to run a country because I hate the fucking other countries. That's a thing out of fear. But I want to run a country because I want my country to actually head towards a nice, good future. That's from love. And the current political state, by the way, only operates in fear, and it's never going to change. That's the thing. But anyhow, continuing to our topic is that being a kid gives you all that advantages. Being like a kid, not to count that kids would come around you and you will like feel good and shit. And guess what? When you communicate with your parents and a trusted adult, yeah. When you do that, you're going to, kind of like figure this shit out, that it's actually not helping you at all because they don't understand and they just scold you and shit like that. But the people, the adults who actually are still kids from their hearts, are going to understand you. Why do these people, these adults that you have in daily contact, like your parents with, why do these people turn into these bitter adults that they turn into? It's basically because of society, as they grow as kids, they are fine and all that, but eventually society hits on their face, and it's basically they did not had any cream applied, so it just affects onto them, and it just makes their face rough. So you have to apply a lot of cream to your face, kids, to actually not become an adult and not turn out like these dudes. And so yeah, basically they kind of lose to the society and kind of lose to it, kind of lose to it this at this point, and then they turn into bitter adults and kind of selfish. So not all adults though. For example, the future me when I am going to be turning into an adult, and for example, many of you maybe as well, we are still going to have the inner kids inside of us. No abortion allowed. Times you hate kids because of the shit that they do, because they got no responsibilities and shit. But that's the thing to understand by you, that you have to actually become a kid from your heart despite still growing up and learning your responsibilities. That's the difference. But yeah, a kid from the heart goes a long way, because that's the essence of life, to be honest. Playfulness and trying to get that playfulness always when you get to enjoy the present, you do. And yeah, that's the thing. So go outside and and play in the park, and look out for kids.